Hello and welcome fans and friends, my name is 8-Bit Ben, and today we're going to discuss something which I'm kind of worried about. Now, before you get triggered by me saying that, you have to kind of look at the launch lineup for the Switch on the 3rd of March, which is, the initial launch day of the Switch. Okay, so here you can see that I have the launch lineup, at least most of the physical items. One of them is digital, and it's not looking too good for a launch of a Nintendo console. In an age where Nintendo isn't doing so well, we need to have as many big hitters at the start as possible, and I felt like maybe Nintendo have rushed out the Switch because of demand. Like, they feel like they're going to lose demand if they don't release it sooner than later. But if you want the console to have a healthy launch, you want to have as many big hitters as possible. The only big hitter here is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's the one that most people are going to get. I have not really heard anyone that's thinking about getting Skylanders Imaginators for this Switch, although lots of children are going to end up getting that, and maybe some older fans are going to get that. And there's also Bomberman, which is an okay series, but it's not a system seller. I mean, I heard one person that wants to buy a Switch for this thing, but that's a really expensive system to buy a game that's basically just a reskin, a rehash of a series that barely changes, like Mario and stuff like that. Like, that has a problem as well. But if this had came out a lot later, like say in December when Super Mario Odyssey came out, this system would do so much better. But the only good thing about establishing a launch earlier in the year is so that you have that install base for later. But they should take the risk of waiting longer, having more games at the launch. And of course there's lots of digital titles coming out at launch, like Fast Racing Neo, a remix or something like that. Like that game looks really good. There's gonna be lots of indie titles at launch, but no big hitters that really sell the system, unless you're going to buy a system to play indie games. That's gonna be the main selling point, really, apart from Zelda. And you could play Zelda on the Wii U, but it's not as good looking. So I am buying the Switch at launch so I can play the best version of Zelda, not only at home but on the go. That's like a really good feature about the Switch, is that you can take it on the go, just like the 3DS and every other Nintendo handheld. We've never had this from Nintendo before. We got very close with the Wii U, but of course that system wasn't that very portable. Yes, you could plug it into a wall on the train. I've seen people do that, but the Switch is going to be so much more portable and easy to carry around. It's not going to fit in your pocket that easily unless you have really, really big baggy trousers or something like that, but I want the Switch to succeed. Nintendo needs to succeed with this system because the Wii U did so badly that the Switch is needing to make up for all the failures of the Wii U. And that, no doubt in time, the Switch will have an amazing game library. From what we've seen already, it's going to have an amazing library, but in the future, beyond Mario Odyssey, I can't even imagine what sort of games we're going to end up getting. We might get Kid Icarus, Metroid, maybe bring back Ice Climbers. You never know what they could bring back and make on the Switch. Like, this system's gonna be awesome because it's more powerful than the standard Nintendo handhelds, which they usually don't really impress with graphics and stuff like that, but the Switch is pretty impressive despite it not running as well in portable mode as it does in docked mode. Okay, so again, I was looking at Wikipedia here and just having a look at the top selling systems of all time. This goes for handheld and home console, and because the Switch is a hybrid between those two different types of systems, it has the potential to become the best selling system of all time. The only thing kind of stopping it is being able to play stuff like Blu-rays, DVDs, kind of like what the PlayStation 2 had. That's what also made it so popular. Not only the games, but the extra capabilities of that system is what helped it become so popular. It's still the best selling system of all time. That's not really part of a series. Like, there was a couple of reiterations of the PlayStation 2, but the main PS2 I think is the one that's on the top here. It did the best. It did extremely well. It had a DVD player. It had a lot of good developers move over to Sony to develop games, if not like having exclusive deals as well. That helps as well. And on the corner here, it says here that the Nintendo DS product line are the best selling handheld console, selling 154.2 million, and that's a big number. Like, that made Nintendo a lot of money. And so if they kind of try to concentrate on the handheld aspect just as equally as the home console, it should succeed extremely well. So I'm probably going to leave it there, guys. I don't want to ramble much longer because it's going to take longer to edit. If you haven't come across this channel before, check out my older videos if you enjoy them. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, but only do that if you want to.